There are fixes and optimizations for Starfield in the latest driver update. Okay. Here, let me just stop what I'm doing, because I haven't had enough interruptions today. I'm getting the drivers right now, guys. All right, I am going to... I'm going to install these new drivers here, and yeah, then we should be good. All big cities have their problems. Wild Rhino, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying that if you saw what I saw this morning. Clayton redeemed ad time. There we go, ad time, baby. All right. Wow. Twitch hyperlink ruined that thing. But you know what the good part about this is that cities, oh, the SLS system's real. Hell Hydra. Yeah, we've seen this. I saw this when we did Space News the other day. It's pretty good. The good thing is that when Cities comes out in about a month, I will show you guys how bad. I will show you guys well, actually, I won't show you how bad. I'll show you the right thing to do. Believe me, my city is a manual for how not to do this. For how not to traffic correctly. How do you think I got so good at building roads and city skylines? I know because I know what not to do. Try a 4-lane each way section of 405 north without medians. Demo, I've driven up the 405. I've driven up the 405. I've driven on the 101. I've driven on 5. I've driven on 14. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not as bad. Don't mean to delegitimize California traffic, but it's not as bad as what I dealt with today. I want you to build Boston and city skylines and then fix it. It's not a bad idea, Tessa. No, I was saying to others, I feel you. All right, cool. Yeah, I got you, Rhino. And other Rhino. All good, Hell Hydra. Yeah. What would you say the worst road is in Boston? 93. No question. See, man, it's so bad. You're going to hit traffic on that road on a Sunday night at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. on a Sunday night, you'll hit traffic. That's how bad it is. Have you driven on the M62 between Manchester and Leeds from 7 to 7:30? No. Between Manchester and Leeds. Oy. So, guys, I was reading a study. I forget where it was. Somebody linked it in chat. Boston has the third worst roads in the world. In the world. Yeah. That's what I mean. No, dude, I'm telling you, if you experienced what I experienced today, I should have dash cammed it. You guys would be pissed. You guys would be pissed. After London and Paris, I bet? Nope. No, like Jakarta had worse roads, or Indonesia or something like that. I'm serious. You can go look that up. In the world. Yep. In terms of design or physical condition. No, the physical condition of the roads is fine, Bluin. Yeah, physical condition is okay. Believe it or not, the roads are actually pretty smooth. Yeah, Dan, I know you've been here. Yeah. I think Madagascar was like worse than that or something dark, but yeah, that Grand Tour special was pretty funny. All right, we're about 12 minutes out, dudes. Raziel, dude, I'm telling you, man, I've been driving on these roads for 30 years. Today got me. I'm not even. I'm past like road rage. I'm going to avoid the city as much as possible now. I can't do it. It's so infuriating, man. Do you have early access to Starfield? I should. Predominant? Yeah. I'll have an answer for you in about 12 minutes. Yeah. Serious, I'm at acceptance. I can't do that. If the city's not a grid layout, you're not moving to it. Okay, TJ. My favorite thing in Boston, actually, fellas, one of my favorite things is all the street art that's in Boston about how the people are standing up. There's like a poster showing all the people standing up to a bulldozer, and it's made in like Art Deco style, that real 1930s Art Deco worker type stuff. And there's like street art all over like Cambridge and stuff of people standing up to the bulldozer, standing up to the man. And yet the traffic in the city is terrible. It's really funny. I'm sorry, the irony is not unfounded. Oh yeah, there's street art all over Cambridge that's like that, dude. The Micro Center in Cambridge. There's some street art on the back of the Micro Center, and it's all the people standing up against the bad eminent domain bulldozer. The irony is unfounded. Go on, EJ, get it out. It's all the British fault for the street layout. It's not, Tessa. How can it be your fault for the street layout when we built the highways? Part of being an American, boy, is not blaming other people for your own damn problems. Yeah, I know, Blue. It's really funny, actually. Yeah, the irony is unfounded. And that street art is in the Micro Center parking lot. Parking lot. Parking. You want to see? You want to see? You want to see? It's pretty good. Rule 8 requires you to be quiet. You know that, well, man, the funny thing is that some of that eminent domain was for building trains, too. They voted that down as well. Imagine San Fran with no BART. Okay. Oh, yeah, some of it was for trains. Yeah. That terminus that I was talking to you guys about at Molina Cass and Ruggles, right here, they were going to build a gigantic train station there. They built some train station, but the highways were supposed to terminate at the train station so you could drive in, park at the train station, take the train into the city. That was the whole idea. That was the whole idea of the Inner Beltway. You don't need to drive into the city where there's no place to park. That was their whole plan. Yeah. Trust me. It's a little different flavor over on this coast, but yeah, it's like, all right. Yep. Yeah, see, here's the parking lot. Dude, I'll show you. Check it out. You think I'm kidding? In a parking lot with SUVs everywhere. There you go, Edmana. This isn't a one versus the other thing. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah. Good times. I'm sorry, the irony is unfounded. That's hilarious, man. You can't make that up. Oh, dear. You can't make it up, man. You can't make this stuff up, dude. It's so ridiculous. Yep. Yeah, they wanted to do, they had a whole park and ride system plan, man. Like, yeah, they dude, because they knew that putting, even in 1950s America, they knew that trying to get a lot of cars into Boston is not going to work. But you can't have no cars either. You need to have access roads so the traffic can flow, but they were going to... Alewife. Man, I don't know how long you've been here. The Alewife Station. It's the northbound terminus of the Red Line. That's where Route 2 ends. The mass transit was supposed to terminate at the highways, like, and the Beltway. That's what it was supposed to. That's how they had it all set up. Nope. Nope. Yeah, Alewife. That's where Route 2. The highway leads right to the station, but they couldn't keep going with the highway. So the highway stops at the station. Ruggles is the Orange Line. Well, it's not the southbound Orange Line terminus, but it's close. So, like, how they were trying to have it set up here, I'll show you. I've read the plans for this many times. So, like, you have Boston here, right? And then you have the Outer Beltway, or that's 695. And then you have 128, right? And then you have 495. This is how they wanted to set it up. They wanted to have, right? So they wanted to have 95 go here, 93 go here, but go through, right? They wanted to have Route 2 right there, and they wanted to have 90 right here. Now, the train stations, Red Line terminus is right there. Orange Line terminus at Molina Cass and Ruggles is supposed to be right there. The blue line is supposed to go, so the orange line would have gone this way. Blue line was supposed to go this way. The red line goes that way. You see the pattern? The green line was supposed to basically go this way and then split this way to get to the suburbs, like that. It's a pretty smart idea, dude. Just saying. And then the purple line on top of everything was supposed to go this way, and that way. See what I mean? We had a really nice hub and spoke design all planned out, and it was planned out basically around the train tracks, because the train tracks were already radiating in all directions like that on purpose because of the railway infrastructure. We're going to build the highways next to the trains and have everything. It's super smart. And yep, no, can't have that. See what I mean? Oh well. oh well. Like I said, most of the bridges around the highway, bridges infrastructure around here, with the exception of the Big Dig, 1960. Yeah, that's when it stops. If you look at the cornerstones on all the bridges, 57, 58, 59, and 60, and then they're just like, never mind. I suppose the upshot for the future is that we could replace most of the lines with submarines in the next 100 years. Yeah, the problem is Boston is hilly, Fall, so it's not going to flood the hills, man. You know what I mean? What is the Big Dig? The Big Dig was an infrastructure project to try and address these problems, at least in the inner city, twisted. They projected it to cost about $2 billion in the late 80s to redo some of the highways in Boston and make I-90, move the I-90 terminus from 93 and extend I-90 all the way to the airport, so it was easy to get to the airport. Amongst other things, it was basically a retool of the crater that the lack of 695 left. They were trying to build with what we had, right? They projected it to cost $2 billion. How much do you think it went over? Because it did go over. What do you think? 100%? You think it cost $4 billion? 200%? What, $6 billion? How much do you think it went over? $7 billion? 10? $14 billion was the price tag. Over 15 years. You guys know how when I play cities, I make like a temp road and I rebuild and I build the temp road first? I learned that from what they were doing during the Big Dig. $14 billion over 15 years. Funny story, in the middle of the Boston Big Dig, there was a big dig in the UK. In our case, it was the National Archaeology Week. Also, Starfield should be installing now. Yeah, baby. Let's see. Well, I learned that from doing stuff like that. Aqualex, that's not necessarily the right thing to do. But in our case, they built the temporary stuff and then said, nah, that's fine. Yeah. Crazy, right? I'm telling you, dudes, it's bad. I'll dash cam through the city one of these days. I used to do that, dude. We used to do that during COVID. I dash cammed to drive through the city in the Mustang. That was fun. Should do that again. Yeah, Caviar, that's right. The Udvar Hazy Center got a B-17 recently, not fully assembled yet. Cool. Were you stuck in a tunnel at one point? Yep.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You do that next week and see you. Oh yeah, that's right. You're going to be here. Wasn't one massive problem the geological aspects of one of the most important parts of the city? They had to dig a tunnel under train tracks, Hellfish. And turns out that the soil that's right by the ocean is wet. So what they had to do was freeze the train tracks. Yeah, they froze the train tracks so it would harden up the ground to dig the tunnel underneath it. Starlink is now 931. Do you have 117 gigabytes free on the game drive? No. I gotta restart Steam. Give me 1 second. I didn't know they froze it. Oh yeah. Yeah. They froze the train tracks and the ground underneath the train tracks with long posts that they flowed like liquid nitrogen through. And then they dug the tunnel underneath it. Yep. Starfield's installing, baby. Here we go. Yeah, zombie, I know. I mean, it was a tough project, Hellfish. The Big Dig was cool. It was cool. That the I-90 extension into Logan Airport, that's cool, man. That was a really good project. Like, I have no complaints about that part. That part was trying to rectify the lack of having an inner beltway. Yeah, the parts of the Big Dig, the parts of the highway system that were rebuilt by the Big Dig actually flow traffic really, really well. It's literally everywhere else. Yeah. So like the road that goes to 93 Central Artery through the city, it's jammed, and then you get into the central artery, and it flows okay. Like, there still is traffic in there, but it flows a lot of traffic. You should do the drive through the city, then come out west to see how much better it is. Raziel, did I ever tell you about the COVID drive that I took? The COVID trip that I took in the middle of the pandemic, where Brimo and I got in the car and drove. Dude, listen to this. I got on 290 at 495. 290. I made it to the Mass Pike in 10 minutes on 290. If you know, you know. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to traverse the entirety of 290. That will never happen ever again. Ever again. Yeah, Wolfie, for real. You could drive through the city, nobody was around. Yeah, if you live in Central or Western Mass, you know what I'm talking about. No, zombie. Let me see, Hired. This was your top speed? Oh, nice, dude. With a Weasley. Oh, nice. That's cool. Give game. It's installing, Bree. Are you a fan of Skyrim or Fallout 76? I didn't like 76, Smoked. I didn't have a lot of fun playing that game. I really liked Fallout 4 and Fallout 3, though. And Fallout New Vegas. Raziel, it was during the middle of the pandemic, so this was like March 2020. Brimo and I jammed down 290 from one end to the other in 10 minutes, man. Never, it's never that's never happening again, man. Never happening again. Fall, I lived in Boston, I live in LA. Two great examples of building right and building wrong. Both have too high a population for the roads. Fall, I will say Los Angeles' road system is excellent. For half the population. At least you guys have a completed road system. Or at least they have a completed road system. Our road system is not complete. And we have double the population of what said road system was projected for. You know how I can tell? There's a really good way to tell if the road system is good or not. If the road system is good, you should, in the middle of the night, when no one's on the road, you should be able to get anywhere within a certain period of time. Okay? In Los Angeles, you could go from Santa Monica to downtown in the middle of the night, like that. No problem. You'll make it easy peasy. What? 30 minutes? 20 minutes? During the day, though, times that by 4. That means there's too many people on the road system. But the road system isn't bad. 405 is a great road, nice and smooth. Big boulevard, like in the middle of the night, you could go from the valley to Long Beach, no problem. In the middle of the night. It's a good road system.
Discovery.
Give game. It's installing, guys. Give me a break. What do you want? Toto, have you checked out the Laird Tunnel in... No, in Norway. No. I'm going to make the title, yeah, you know why I'm here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
What should we make the title? We need something that's like, yeah, we know we're here. We know we're doing the hype train, but still.